All right. Well, welcome everyone. You should be able to see the screen now. Want to welcome you to our second Club Caddy Chronicles webinar here. We had our first one last month, excuse me, which some of you may have joined, but also welcome the new ones as well. So this webinar, last webinar we went over like marketing strategy and campaigns, more general information. So we're going to dive a little deeper this week. And we're going to talk about data and analytics, and how we can drive success harnessing golf marketing data for strategic insights. So to get started, my name is Stu Proctor, PGA member. I am the Director of Sales and Marketing for Club Caddy. I've worked at a couple other technology companies as well, but most of my career I have spent on the green grass side, managing and operating public, private, and I spent 10 years with Ritz-Carlton Marriott. With that, I'm going to pass it along to Sean to introduce himself, and take it away, Sean.
Great. Thanks, Stu. Hello, everyone. Hopefully you're all having a great day. My name is Sean McLeod, and I am the Director of Digital Experience here at Club Caddy. Similar to Stu, long-term golf person, golf background in various different ways, in the golf tech space for the last 7 years. As well, I worked and managed large-scale golf retail and also green grass as well too, and resort-style golf courses. So, again, really happy to be here as well in this webinar and talk a little bit more about marketing and data and analytics side of this. So, a couple key points as well too, just to let you know. We also have another partner in crime here, Jody, who will be helping in answer any of your questions. So you're all muted, of course, as well too, to keep this within a certain time frame. But please feel free during the course of the call to ask any questions, and Jody will do her best to answer those questions in a chat tool within this particular platform. Also, as well too, at the end of the webinar, there's been some time allocated as well too for Q&A if you have some questions. But with that, I'll pass it back to Stu, and we will get started.
Perfect. Thank you, Sean. So yeah, to get started here, these are the topics that we're going to be going over today for marketing data and analytics. So we're going to do an intro to data and analytics, the benefits of data-driven marketing for golf courses and golf operators, data collection and sources, so how you collect that data, customer segmentation, personalization and targeting, A/B testing and optimization, marketing attribution, and then we'll have our conclusion. And then, like Sean mentioned, we'll open it up for Q&A. We really want this to be engaging at the end, so we hope you learn some things, but also ask any questions that you have as well. So get started here. We first have to define, what is data and marketing and what is analytics and marketing. So data really refers to the collection of information on your golfers, your customers, in any which way you can collect that, right? So they're interacting with you in so many different ways, right? Through social media, through your website, your golf management software is one of the bigger ones too. That's collecting data, automatically on, their purchase history, when they're booking, all that great stuff. And then analytics is analyzing that data to create, intentful or with intent marketing campaigns, whether that be through social media, whether that be through segmentation and automatic email marketing, or sending out an email blast, right? All this data is collected and essentially hubbed in one area like your CRM or email marketing tool, where then you can make much more precise, targeted, data-driven decisions on how you want to market to your customers. All right, so the first thing we're going to talk about is the benefits of data-driven marketing. So there's a lot of different benefits. I pulled out some of the ones that I thought are most key for golf operators and owners, and we're going to get in depth in each one of these topics. But the first one here is improved decision-making. So it allows you, you can go back. I'll just go through them real quick, Sean. So we'll go over improved decision-making. So that's improved decision-making by the operator on how to, create emails, when to send them out, who to send them out to, but also like social media marketing, when to post, when are you going to get the best engagement, right? And then analyzing those analytics to then regurgitate that information into other marketing campaigns or modify them to optimize them. It also creates enhanced customer understanding, so you can understand your customers better. A higher ROI, so a return on investment. So since you can become very targeted and data driven, you're going to have a much better conversion rate with all your marketing efforts, right? Think about back in the day, 20, 30 years ago, you used to send like a mailer out, right, to a community of 1,000 houses, but maybe only 5% of them are actually golfers, right? That's not a really high ROI. Where when you become very targeted with data, you will be able to have a much higher return on that investment. Increased customer engagement. So again, especially when it comes to social media, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, if you actually know when your customers are on the platform and when the best time to post to get that most engagement is, you can then be more targeted with that as well. It creates better segmentation. So I'm sure all of you already do quite a bit of segmentation. And even in the past 15 years, you could segment your members versus your public players or your seniors or maybe league players. But with all these data tools and mining tools that we have out there now today, you can get really, really granular, right? So maybe you want to send an email out for Titleist promo, and you only want to send it out to customers who buy Titleist golf balls, not to customers who buy Callaway, right? So you can get very granular with your segmentation. Marketing campaign optimization, so being able to analyze that data to know what campaigns worked, what don't work, how to modify them and optimize them. Oh, I think we lost Sean there. Sean, we lost your screen there.
Can you see it now?
Yeah, absolutely. All right. So some technical difficulties. Sorry for that. Improved customer retention. So again, being able to retain those customers with those marketing efforts and targeted efforts as well, right? It creates a better overall experience. Additionally, like you can do things like set up automations triggered around behavior, right? Someone hasn't played in 30 days. Might be just simple that they were busy and haven't had the time, and a simple email that gets triggered automatically reminds them, oh yeah, I got to go play again and whatnot. You have a competitive advantage, right? I think we all are aware that golf industry is kind of behind when it comes to marketing to other industries, and advanced marketing at least. And it's also the last thing, being an operator before, the last thing on my mind. We wear so many different hats. There's only a limited amount of time. Usually marketing is last minute and no strategy in mind, so it allows you to have a competitive advantage. You have real-time adaptation and the ability to change in rather quickly based on different behaviors. There's measurable results with everything. It's cost efficient, and then ultimately it will increase your sales and revenue. So let's go ahead and to the next slide, Sean, and we'll dive into these a little bit more. So improved decision making. So data allows you to look at the data that's been collected, the historical data, and analyze it to then make informed decisions, right? So it could be as simple as, when I send an email out on a Monday at 8 p.m., I get a much higher open rate than if I send it out Wednesday morning, right? Or social media posts as well. What time of the day of the week is my best time to post in order to get an engagement. But also could be click-through rates, right? Did this email have a good click-through rate or conversion rate? They ended up booking a tee time. And all that can be analyzed, so that way your next email campaign goes out, you're going to mirror that or maybe even optimize it with that data as well, which just leads to better decision making. It also creates an enhanced customer understanding. So by leveraging that customer data, you can gain insights into your individual customers, right? Their preferences, what time of the day they like to book, what day of the week they like to book, when they're actually booking the tee time. Do they always book their tee time on Thursday? for the weekend. That way you can make sure your marketing efforts are going out and hitting them right around that time so they don't forget about it. Maybe there's a customer who, you want to segment your customers that have bought like hamburgers in your restaurant, and you're going to have a burger night, right? And you want to segment them and send out a specific email about burger night to everybody who's, bought a hamburger in your restaurant, right? So it allows you to understand your customer a much better. It will, return a higher return on investment. Again, I go back to that example. If you're doing mass email blasts, right, to everybody, maybe 20% of, like, let's say for an event or a junior clinic, maybe 20% of your database really wants that information, or it's applicable to them. But if you send it specifically to that, to the people who have, children for the junior clinic, then you'll have a much higher return on an investment as well. And it also allows you to be more frequent with your marketing, meaning sending more emails out, posting more, setting up ads on Facebook, but they're targeted to the specific people that want to see those items. It will, I'm sorry, one more back there, Sean. It will also increase customer engagement. So like I mentioned before, if you're posting at the time of the day, the right time of the day, day of the week on your social media, you're going to get a lot higher engagement, which then with the social media algorithms is just going to show their friends of who they're connected to, which just allows it to be much more viral. And it's not just like, oh, I'm just going to make a post here and I get very low engagement rates and whatnot. All right. Data-driven marketing allows you to become better in segmentation your database, right? Segmenting your database. So again, we've always segmented based on like members, classes, seniors, juniors, all that good stuff. But if you have all these different tools, from your website sign-up forms to even like Facebook pixels or Google Tag Manager, that allows you to remarket to customers that visit your website, to your golf management software, which is really the big tool, right? Because I come in and I play golf on Tuesdays. I buy Titleist golf balls and range balls and, maybe eat in the restaurant as well. It's collecting all that data, and all should be housed in your CRM or email marketing tool. And you can get very, very, very targeted on who you want to send specific emails to. And then also, you can also set up automatic emails. So journeys, they can be called. So again, maybe it's a birthday journey. So 2 weeks before their birthday, they get an email that says, hey, happy birthday, here's a round on us if you bring 3 guests. Or, maybe it's also something like you have season pass holders or memberships. Once a customer plays their 10th round, they get an email triggered that says, hey, take a look at our membership packages, and all the benefits of that. And what's nice about those automatic emails is you can send the email. It can then, maybe they don't open it. It can wait a couple of days, send it at a different time. They open it, and it can, continue this, basically this journey of trying to sell them on that membership, or sell them for the Mother's Day brunch, or whatever it may be that's coming up. It also allows you to optimize your marketing campaign. So you're going to continuously analyze the data. So there's a lot of automatically analyzing, like the segmentation and automatic journeys. So people can go in and out of segments, right? Maybe for 6 months, I played golf on the weekends, but I switched jobs and now I'm always playing on Monday and Tuesday, right? I will then automatically go into a different segment. So now I can send email communications or any kind of marketing to that customer based around current and accurate data. All right, so also another benefit is real-time adaptation. So again, kind of what I just spoke about, but you can adapt quickly and crucially as well. So maybe some communications aren't getting as much engagement. There could be a reason why. Or if a customer starts purchasing specific items or purchases or behaviors at different times, it allows you to be, be swift on your feet and adjust those marketing efforts so again you get your highest ROI. Now with all of these, they also have measurable results. So whether it's website analytics, social media analytics, your email marketing reporting and analytics as well, everything is measurable, and also with conversions as well. And at the end of the day, the biggest measurable result is increased revenue and sales. All right. Another benefit is the cost efficiency. Again, you're not just doing mass marketing, mailers or mass email marketing. You can be so much more frequent with your marketing efforts. They're just more targeted. They're driven, they're data driven, and which delivers the best results, right? And you can allocate your budget more efficiently. So an example of that is, if you send out a mass email to your entire database, if you're getting a good open rate, you're getting right around 25% open rate. But those automatic journeys that are triggered emails, let's say, or text messages based around consumer behavior and data, those are more like 60, 70, 75% open rates, because it's information that they actually want to receive and applicable to them. And then with all these benefits, what it results in is increased sales and revenue for the golf course. So the whole idea here is, how do we get our database of customers, and how do we get them to book another event, or book 3 more rounds of golf than they would normally play in a year, or stop by the restaurant and buy another hamburger, or sell them another sleeve of golf balls at our facility rather than buying them somewhere else. So ultimately, being more frequent and being more targeted is going to increase your sales and revenue as well. All right. So now to the next section here, we're going to go into data collection and sources. So how you collect data and those different sources that you can use. Now there is many different ways you can collect data. I really took these ones here, these 10, based around golf courses and golf operators and what they currently would have at their facility. So number 1 is website analytics. This could also just be sign up forms and people interacting with your website, booking on online booking engine, buying gift cards, or any kind of e-commerce. Your customer relationship management program, which is also your email marketing tool. Social media data, right? There's a lot of analytics on Facebook and Instagram and TikTok and all the social media outlets. There's also email marketing data. So again, open rates, conversion rates, click-through rates, but also additionally, you can use, data, do A/B testing, which is automatic data, right? So maybe you create 2 different emails for the same thing. Campaign, it goes out to 10% of your database. Whatever one opens more, it's going to send the other 90%, the one that performed better, or even subject lines or whatever it may be. Market research, sales and transaction data, typically from your golf management software, but also could be through mobile apps and e-commerce. Market research data, mobile app data, location data, content interaction data, and surveys and feedback. And then we'll dive into these more specifically. So website analytics, that's really like your hub. That's your online brochure of your golf course there. And there's always people driving to your website. So there's all sorts of Google Analytics and other things on the website to be able to collect data, right? So, what pages are people visiting? How long are they staying on? Are they coming in and bouncing? What referral sources, are they coming from Facebook to your website, from Google from your website? But also sign up forms, right, on your website, and what page they're signing up for. Maybe there's one on your events page, so those customers are bucketed into, looking at some sort of event, whether it's a wedding or a birthday party. Online booking engine and any e-commerce is good for that as well. And then you have your customer relation management tool, which captures and organizes all the data from the websites and all the other outlets, and is obtained through those interactions in the golf management software. And that way you can really get granular and segment based around that. And then you also have social media data as a source to collect. That's another good one. Again, you're going to collect data on, analyze the analytics of when to post, what time of the day, what posts are getting a much higher engagement rate, and you kind of want to create that same sort of branding or whatever it may be. But also, there's so much more to this, right? So you could take your database, let's say, of from your golf management software, all these emails that you have, and you can upload them into, let's say, Facebook and create an ad, and you can target people who are in a relationship with that customer of yours. So whether they're married or girlfriend, boyfriend, spouse, significant others, you can actually serve them up an ad, right, saying, hey, we have special on gift cards for the holiday season and whatnot. So many different ways to collect data from social media as well. Then you have your email marketing data, right? So an email marketing platform that tracks user interactions with email campaigns. Again, open rates, click-through rates, conversion rates, subscriber behavior, and preferences. And then, inside the email marketing, it has to have all those data points in there. So from the golf management software, from your website, from mobile apps, from social media. That way you can get very, very granular on your segmentation, right? Maybe I want to send out a special for, I have a bunch of threesomes on my tee sheet, and I want to send it out to people who primarily book just for a single player and send them a promo. And maybe open the last email within a 400-mile radius based on their IP address, right? Not someone that's down in Florida or for the winter or whatever it may be. You can segment that, get that group of people, and really target that campaign to them. Sales and transaction data is probably one of the biggest ones, because that's all automated too. I come into the golf shop, I buy Titleist golf balls, I play golf on Tuesday. I take a lesson with the pro, I buy a hamburger in the restaurant. All that information is stored inside the golf management software, so that needs to flow into your marketing tool as well. So again, you can get really targeted with your messaging. But it also can be from mobile apps, right? And any online e-commerce from your website as well. Those are all transaction purchases and behaviors that they're doing as well. Market research data. So, surveys, this is probably more old school, but still anything that collects data is helpful. But, surveys, focus groups, interviews, collecting observations, this could be also like Google reviews, Facebook reviews, surveys that you send out through email, just to be able to collect that on maybe the customer experience or how your product is and everything else, and then be able to respond to those survey questions and give qualitative feedback about your product. Mobile app data, another really big one. Most users are now doing everything from the mobile app. In the best case scenario, you would have a mobile app that would actually be integrated with your golf management software. So again, they can make tee times, they can order food and beverage, or maybe even golf balls or merchandise right from that. But you can also see how many app downloads, active users, and demographics from that. And the other big thing is, if it's integrated with your golf management software, one thing I always think about is cultivating your database too. How do we increase our database and get more data, get more email addresses, more phone numbers? And essentially, this is a great option because, I might book a tee time for your golf course and you're capturing my information, but the other three is just our guests of mine. And so you might have, on your carts or in the pro shop, hey, download our mobile app so you have GPS, abilities, and you can order food or whatever it may be. So those other three customers then download that app, and when they have to log in and create a profile, which all flows into your golf management software, which then again flows into your hub and your CRM and email marketing tool. Location data, another big source as well. So while people out on golf courses, this could be, GPS systems, mobile apps, but geofencing essentially, and being able to send out push notifications and send out information to the mobile app or to mobile users based upon their location, their current location, and live location. Then you have content interaction data. So these are tools that will actually monitor interactions with digital content. So again, more social media views, shares, likes, comments, and again, allows you to know when to post, what time of the day, and what posts are actually working or not working for you. And then the last section here, surveys and feedback. So again, it's always great to get feedback forms. This could be an email after they play with a survey embedded, or maybe you link them out to Google reviews or Facebook reviews or whatever it may be. And again, just increases your ratings. It allows you to provide feedback and be responsive to that feedback as well. And it's all real time. So at the end of the day, you want to have as many different data collections and sources working for you in the background, from your website, from your golf management software, the mobile app, to just the purchases that are made daily by customers. And all that should end up in some sort of hub, I call it, like your CRM or email marketing tool. That way you can get really granular and segment and target your email marketing efforts according to that data. All right, so we're going to talk about data analysis techniques. So there are a few different here. So first off, you have descriptive analysis. So what descriptive analysis is summarizing the historical data to gain a better understanding of what's happened in the past, right? So after you send a bunch of emails, create a bunch of social media posts, and then also look through your golf management software, you can basically summarize, what your customers are buying or what different groups are buying and everything else as far as that goes. And it can describe key performance indicators. You can create visualizations, charts, and graphs to represent data trends. And you can identify patterns and correlations from that historical data. And then you move on to predictive analysis, which uses historical data and statistical techniques to forecast the future trends, right? So you take all that data and then you forecast, okay, based on what we've seen, this is how we would end up if we were to do the same thing in the future. And then lastly, you have prescriptive analysis, which now takes it a little bit step further by recommending actions that can be taken to optimize future outcomes, right? So all those historical, maybe some marketing campaigns didn't do well, others did, but then you're going to take that, you develop that plan, and then you can recommend future outcomes. And there's a lot of just auto-generated tools for that too. Your email marketing campaign with journeys and drip campaigns should be able to do that and automatically make sure it's an email that hasn't been opened is sent on a different day at a different time. Or social media will make recommendations too of when you should post, what time of the day you should post, and what content is giving the best results. But this just allows you to maximize your revenue for every effort you do, and this is just always continually evolving as well. So just to kind of put this in perspective here, you start by understanding your historical data and identify trends and patterns. So you can see here, descriptive is what happened. And then you're going, the predictive, you're going to look at and say, what will happen if we continue on the same pace? And then your prescriptive is, how do we make changes? What didn't work, what did work, and then optimize the things that did work, and how to make it happen and scale in the future as well. All right, so at this point, that's my section. So I'm going to pass it over to Sean to finish up the rest of the webinar here.
Perfect. Thanks, Stu. Thanks for the information. That was a lot of great info about data collection, bring it in, how to analyze data. But really from here, it's all about then using that data that you've taken in and how do you disseminate it to your target audience or to the actual database that you have of customers as well too. So we're going to talk and start with, in this case, customer segmentation. We're going to break it down into a couple different sections. But really, the first one being is focused on demographic-based segmentation. So this really allows you to take your big bucket of, people that you have within your database, and then really break it out into smaller, more easily manageable groups that helps you really kind of specify different messaging to those particular groups. So we'll kind of go through a few of the most commonly used demographic segmentations that are commonly out there. Obviously, the first one starting with age. This just describes different age groups, obviously have different preferences, their needs, and also purchasing behaviors as well too. So as an example that you guys would often see at your facilities is that you're going to be marketing and messaging your senior players a little bit differently than your junior players. So maybe for your seniors, you're focused more on events happening at the golf course. So maybe leagues or couples events or special dinner events. Whereas for juniors, you're more focused on golf camps and more fun activities that would engage them and their parents as well too. Next, also gender is the most obvious and common one used when it comes to customer segmentation. Gender, this is where we create marketing, or you create marketing campaigns that are supposed to focus and resonate with each gender. A great, for instance, would be maybe particular product lines within your pro shop are going to be focused on certain genders, or maybe different leagues and such like that as well too will be focused based on gender preferences as well too. Next one up is focused on income. Now, this one may not necessarily be as common, but when you think about it in terms of how we can segment based on income, it could be maybe a couple different ways. It could be based off different product lines. So maybe you offer a higher end, maybe golf club line that you would sell within the pro shop, and then maybe for more of a say middle or lower income segments, maybe you're focused on maybe not those higher end golf clubs as a result, or maybe used golf clubs, who knows. Maybe commonly ones that I've seen before could be based off the membership. So maybe you're focusing your full membership, high-end membership, more to maybe a certain income level, where maybe more your value-oriented memberships or packages or game passes are focused on your middle or lower income segments at that point as well. From here, education could be one as well too, maybe not as commonly used. Occupation definitely could be one within the golfing space. This could be more focused on if maybe your golf course is based in an industrial town or a tech town. Maybe you're messaging your customers in different ways based off of the majority of the segment within occupation or within industry at that point as well. So with all that kind of said, there's also a ton of different other options. I just kind of cherry picked a few options here. This really help golf courses create more targeted and personalized marketing campaigns, and really tailoring their message of offerings to those specific groups. This is, and as bare bones as it gets when it comes to marketing, is that you really want to tailor a message that is unique to that specific group. Every email marketing tool will offer, in most cases, an ability to segment markets and be able to message those markets directly based on their interests, their preferences as well too. Next type of segmentation will be focused upon a location or geographical segmentation. This focuses on the fact that in your surrounding area of your golf course, you may have distinct different cultural, economic, environmental factors that can influence heavily how a consumer behaves or interacts with your offering at your golf course. Again, it comes back to tailoring your marketing strategy and your message based on those needs and preferences. And this is just all about knowing your general area and what it's comprised of. So this can look like, maybe you live in an urban area near a city center. Maybe you live in a suburban, a country area. Maybe you're based in a tourist destination, retirement community. All those factors will or should affect how it is that you message and how it is your strategy is executed within the marketing realm. Next up is behavioral segmentation. Again, very common. And there's a bunch of different factors here in play. Really, this is based upon preferences, interactions with the golf-related product and services at your golf course. And this really just is focused on acknowledging their diverse behaviors and in the way in which they engage at your golf courses in different ways. So off the top of the head, purchase history is a big one. Leveraging your GMS is, of course, huge here. This examines players' past purchase history and really helps the golf course in anticipating future buying patterns. I love tailor-made products and golf clubs myself. If I've purchased them at your golf course before, you can bet that when a new line of tailor-made product maybe comes out, that you want to market those to me because I have in the past have bought a driver and a wedge that were tailor-made clubs at that particular point. Brand loyalty. This is something that you always want to leverage. As golf courses, as businesses in general, we all know that once you make a connection with a customer, that they can become very loyal, become your biggest advocates. But then also you want to be able to leverage that loyalty and be able to have a strategy that allows for them maybe to receive loyalty program offers, exclusive offers based on their loyalty to your golf course, or just personalized communication in general that thanks them for the patronage at your golf course is all great ways to leverage behavioral segmentation. Next up, product or services interactions. This is really more about scrutinizing interactions that would provide insights into preferences and areas for improvement potentially. Maybe, for instance, golf courses can pinpoint popular features or just pain points to enhance the user experience at the course. One that is definitely used in marketing circles, within our space as well too, is talking about customer lifestyle stages. This allows a golf course operator yourself to adapt marketing strategies to each stage of the customer life cycle to enhance engagement and retention of your players and keep them coming back to your course. Some examples of this could be maybe new customers, they may benefit from getting welcome offers if they're newer to your golf course, where maybe while regular customers who are loyal, maybe you want to send them more loyalty rewards based emails in that sense as well too. Another important one is purchase intent. This is really where you recognize that players maybe have high purchase intent, and it allows you to maybe send more targeted promotions, personalized recommendations to secure that sale or booking. So really this is all about understanding how different factors that can influence the purchase intent, and also guides maybe more when it comes to maybe say product development and marketing strategies at the course as well. Lastly here, segmentation based on customer likelihood to purchase. This is a little bit more of a gray area, I would say. It's all about trying to identify customers' activities across, your, whether it be websites, different points and different parts of the, touch points virtually that they can maybe hit on. This is all about, identifying ways in which you have a customer who's considering making a purchase. It's all about re-engaging them and bringing them back. So maybe an example would be if you have an e-commerce store and they have something in the cart, but then they left it. It's all about being able to have like an email that would then re-engage them. They had the intent to buy it, they didn't buy it, so let's re-engage them and kind of convert that particular lead or that customer at that point. So really when we look at behavioral segmentation, it's all about really comprehending how it is that players can really engage with your products and services that you offer, and allowing you to craft personalized experiences that allows you maybe to have more impactful marketing campaigns with your customers. Okay, next we're going to move into a little bit of a different topic and focusing on personalization and targeting of your marketing. Now, personalization and target marketing within golf course marketing really refers to the use of personalized and targeted marketing techniques within the golf industry to really effectively reach and engage potential customers. So there's a bunch of different ways potentially in which we could do that. So let's kind of go through a few of these. First one being is collecting data. So in golf course marketing, data collection, and we've, of course, Stu talked about it a bunch, can involve tracking customer tee times, maybe the frequency of their visits, the preferred amenities, spending patterns, all of that. And this really will help you be informed in tailoring promotional offers and creating personalized experiences. As well, too, I just talked about it, segmenting your audience. This is, again, this all about segmenting them based on a certain set of criteria that differentiates them from somebody else within the same bucket of people. Buyer personas. This is interesting. And I can tell you from everywhere I've been, specifically in the golf tech space, that we have certain buyer personas that we understand, that we kind of bucket different maybe people that have intent to buy together. It's all really based upon their motivations, maybe a potential age group, maybe some tech savviness, and their interest as well too, and kind of really trying to get to know that particular person or player type, and then really being able to target your marketing towards that particular group of people. So maybe, for example, your marketing efforts may be customized to appeal to avid golfers who are looking for maybe a more of a challenging course, or maybe a more deeper set of camaraderies and leagues. Whereas maybe you may also have a bucket or a buyer persona that's more focused on families golfing, seeking more like leisurely golf experiences, I guess you could say. Last one on this page is talking about personalized content. This really is just, again, it's all about tailoring promotions or tailoring content based on a golfer's history, offering them discounts to a pro shop, maybe for pro shop merch, or maybe focused on exclusive offers for loyal customers. So it's really, again, using a lot of the data points we have and trying to personalize the content going out as much as possible, leveraging the data points that are within your email marketing tool, and using those content or those points of information to really kind of dive deep into maybe something more specific and personalized as well. Great. Email personalization. Again, I just kind of expanded upon that. It's all about sending personal stuff. Again, I can tell you, and I think we all know this from our personal experience, we're so much more likely to engage with an email that is more fit to me and what my interests are or my buying habits are, compared to something that's just more of a cookie cutter, sent to everyone in my database type of an email that may not necessarily resonate. I can tell you personally that when I get all of my emails for promotions going into my inbox, it's very easy for me to scan through what I like and what I don't like, just based off my interest and based off the heading of that email, which I'll get into in a minute. Website personalization is a little bit different, and this is not necessarily something that maybe is readily done as often, and I'm not suggesting it should be, but some cases you're able to, maybe personalize the website based on user engagements, increasing the likelihood of maybe a conversion of booking a tee time or, buying a membership or something along those lines as well too. Product recommendations, again, this is all pretty straightforward, but using all of our data points that you can find within different marketing tools, it's offering personalized recommendations, maybe that can extend upon just your golf rounds when you play, but include pro shop products, restaurants, maybe happenings that are going on, events, whatever it might be. It's all about utilizing the purchasing history data that you can find in your GMS, leveraging that to send more personalized information and product recommendations to your customers as well too. Behavioral targeting. This is really all about understanding the behavior of golf courses' websites or allows for targeting marketing messages. For instance, if a golfer frequently views information about golf lessons on your website or through an app or through social, the market strategy can really emphasize that particular person, maybe a promotion related to that. So if maybe they're all about, wanting to know more about golf lessons or getting tips, maybe then at that point you realize this information, you find it through different marketing tools that you have. You can emphasize maybe instructional programs that you offer at your golf course at that point. Last three here, location-based marketing. This is, again, it's pretty straightforward. It's all, you're sending promotions and events that can be customized based on where that person is located. These kind of efforts can really include special offers, maybe for residents, community events, or maybe even partnerships with local businesses that can attract golfers within a specific area. A/B testing, which I'm going to get into just in 1 second. Again, this is just the idea of within marketing, you're able to potentially test different promotional messaging, email headlines, all those kind of things using A/B testing, and then leverage that information moving forward to be able to then send more, relatable, identifiable information or messaging to your customers at that point. Last one, Stu kind of mentioned it earlier, talking about automation. I can speak for our email marketing tool. We have a really great automation tool that really allows the communication process to be streamlined through whatever workflow it is that you'd want in most cases, whether it be for like a tee time booking, signing up for a membership, event reminders, whatever it might be. Leveraging the automation tool is so important because A, takes off all of the work of having to worry about that information. It keeps your customer engaged just based off of their actions as well too, which I think is a very important underlying point here as well. Okay, A/B testing. I alluded to it a little bit just before. A/B testing is something that may also be known as split testing. It's a method used in marketing to compare two versions, say, of an email campaign, maybe other different marketing assets to determine which one performs better. This method, to me, I think to a lot of people on the marketing side, is really highly valuable. It allows you to optimize various aspects of your marketing strategy. That this allows you to be more precise with what really resonates more with your customer base. So a few different examples of this, website design, I kind of alluded to a bit earlier. It's a bit much to think that A/B testing could fit here, but it is something that if you do have the ability to test different designs on your golf course websites, maybe involves different variations of layouts, color schemes, images, or even call to actions as well too. See which one really converts the most as well. Promotional offers, you can experiment with different promotional offers and discounts, create different versions of promotion potentially as well too, to see what really works better. Probably the most commonly used one would be for email campaigns, where you can test different subject lines, email content, and visuals within your email campaigns. From there, you can see which versions result in a higher open rates, higher click-through rates, just better engagement in general, and leverage that type of information moving forward, or even within that email as well too. Social media campaigns, this is where you can test different types of imagery, videos, content, and really consider what works best within your social moving forward as well too. And ad campaigns, still very similar to that of email marketing campaigns as well too. If you do run online advertising through Google or Facebook, you can use A/B testing to help optimize your ad creatives, the copy, and the target criteria, and what kind of resonates and delivers the most for you as well too. Perfect. Last part that I really want to dig into a bit is understanding what marketing attribution is. So the expression of marketing attribution really implies a correlation between marketing endeavors and the assignment of the results. So this notion really kind of underscores really the significance of precisely attributing outcomes, particular to what your marketing strategy is, the channels maybe that you leveraged, or the campaigns. And really from there, the precision is meant to serve as a guide for subsequent decisions, enhancing the overall efficiency of your marketing efforts moving forward. So the idea being here is really knowing where you can attribute the best results and then doubling down on those best results and how that worked before. So we have a few different examples of this. So the first one I'm going to touch on is called last touch attribution, or last click. So kind of to give you a little bit more insight into this model, all credit for conversion is directly attributed to the final touch points with a customer and what they engaged with before making a purchase or maybe completing a desired action. So a good example would be maybe within golf course marketing, it involves crediting in the conversion, such as maybe booking a tee time to the last marketing touch point the customer interacted with prior to making that decision. So maybe you have a call to action on your website for booking tee times. Maybe you posted something on your social about some last minute deals at your golf course. It's all about attributing where that last person clicked and before they made the conversion into booking a tee time in this case. Next one up is first touch attribution. This one means that it's assigning basically the full credit for a conversion to what the initial touch point was that initially led to a customer in the sales funnel. In this case, maybe booking a tee time. So really the idea here is that a credit for a conversion is assigned to the initial marketing touch point. So maybe this is where I first thought of buying a gift card for my wife for the golf course through a social post, but then I actually went ahead later on and did it through the website. So the idea being here is that first I saw it on social, then later on I pulled the trigger within the website. Linear attribution, again, evenly distributes credit to all the touch points across the customer journey, regardless of where their position or what was the key factor in this case. So really the credit for the conversion for booking a tee time, maybe in this case or an example, was uniformly distributed across all touch points in which the customer interacted with. So maybe with Google search or Facebook or through an email or through word of mouth, through online reviews or direct website visits, whatever it might be. Time decay attribution. What this refers to is the allocation of more credit to touch points that are closer to the conversion event with diminishing credit based on maybe earlier touch points. So again, kind of using the example I used before, maybe I booked a tea time on the website, but I earlier saw that there was a promotion going on through social. So there was less focus on social in terms of the credit, but more focused and more credit given to the website for the actual conversion of the tea time. Last one here, the data-driven attribution. Again, this is just using machine learning to analyze data and assign weights to different touch points based on actual impact of a conversion. This one's really a lot tougher to measure in general. But again, the idea being here is that this model provides a nuanced understanding of how each touch point influences a player's decision to book a tee time. Last one up here is the custom attribution models. And these are just more tailored specifically to your golf course's needs, allowing for you to define your own rules for assigning credit to touch points. So, in this case, an example would be golf courses with unique customer journeys, or maybe a specific conversion goal, like having a customer sign up for an event, maybe. That could help. Maybe you want here in this case to create more custom models to assign more, I guess, credit to a particular model in this case. All that being said, the understanding of this market attribution is really crucial for allocating resources really effectively, optimizing your marketing efforts, and really overall just enhancing the overall customer experience. I would suggest that, within a lot of these cases with the 6 examples that I gave, there are some more than others that are going to be used and leveraged more regularly, but understanding where it is that converts the best for whatever it is that, you want, the focus to be, whether it be booking tee times or for an event or whatever it might be, it's really kind of important to understand what the key touch point was to be able to convert that particular customer and sell them whatever the product might have been. Okay, so with that concludes everything, and I think really kind of the takeaway that we want you to have from this webinar was that really data and analytics is there to help empower you as a golf course marketer to make informed decisions, better optimize your campaigns, and really, again, underline and underscore enhancing the customer's experience. That to me is always the most important point. The reason why you do all of this is to enhance the customer experience, and of course, obviously, as a byproduct, boosts the bottom line as well too. So really, I think when you think about it, the takeaway is that you really want to be, leverage some of the KPIs and the reporting that's out there. Do an assessment of what's working, what's not working, and then really from there, just use that information for your marketing efforts. And I think you'll find that you get better results. The idea here as well too is being able to measure and adapt and refine strategies in real time really helps ensure that your marketing campaigns remain relevant in the dynamic landscape, within the golf industry as well. And with that is everything.